Patrick Brown shoots himself in the foot again. I'm Brian Lilly with the Rebel.media. Patrick Brown, Ontario's PC leader, seems determined to, snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. Right now, Brown is ahead in the polls. He is expected to defeat Kathleen Wynne and her long-in-the-tooth Liberal government when voters finally get a chance to turf her and her high hydro rate fiasco to the curb. But along the way, Brown's doing everything he can to alienate anyone inside the PC party tent. His latest problem? He decided to deny any chance of an appeal for a nomination meeting rife with cheating, including ballot box stuffing. It may seem small, but you've heard the stories across the province, whether it's King Vaughan, Hamilton West, Ancaster, Dundas, Carleton, Glengarry, Prescott, Russell. Across the province, people have made claims that there were problems, irregularities with the nomination process, whether it's candidates thrown out at the last minute or odd names showing up on the voters list that weren't there before. But in Ottawa-West-Nepean, there was clear evidence of cheating. There was clear evidence of ballot box stuffing. There were more people that voted or more ballots cast than there were people who were supposed to have shown up and voted. And there was also a whole slew of people, more than 25 people at one address in one apartment in Ottawa, and a lot of them had Toronto phone numbers. All of them had the same last name. It's all very odd, and it showed that there were problems with the vote. Now, nobody claimed that the winning candidate stuffed the ballots, but there were claims that it might have been party brass. Easy thing to do. Brown has already said he's bringing in PricewaterhouseCoopers to audit any future votes because of these problems. Hand the vote over to them, ask them to do a report, call for a revote. Not what Brown did. What he did was ensure that nobody in the province can file an appeal through the formal appeals process by nominating or appointing every single candidate that had won a nomination so far. There were only 2 ridings where they had followed the proper procedure, filed an appeal within the proper time frame, and followed the party rules. But Brown thought that by opening up one nomination, he would be challenged in all of them. So he appointed every single candidate using his power as leader. He didn't even hear the appeals. What's happened? Well, we've got people quitting boards. We've got people quitting the board of the PC party. Robert Elliott quit. He was the second vice president and the policy chair for the party. He's gone. After 10 years, he's out. Doesn't want anything to do with the party anymore. Now, some folks have said, Lilly, you just don't like Patrick Brown and you're out to get him. No, I'm out to try and make sure that if Patrick Brown does win, that Ontarians end up with a government that's different than the one that's there now. And I'm not seeing evidence of that. I'm seeing someone that's doing whatever they can to win, no matter how bizarre it is. And I'm not alone. Randall Denley, who's an Ottawa Citizen op-ed columnist and someone who ran in the last 2 elections for the PCs, called this, inexcusable. He doesn't understand it. Denley putting that out there on Twitter. Others, including former Ontario PC Cabinet Minister Claude Bennett, have spoken up. Former Senator Marjorie Le Breton, who's been active in Ontario and federal Conservative politics going back to the 1950s, is fed up with what's going on. But Brown will broker no dissent when it comes to his leadership. Just like when he flip-flopped on sex ed and annoyed the SOCONs. Just like when he flip-flopped on a carbon tax, annoying fiscal conservatives. Now he's going after people in their own nomination races. People stake an awful lot on this. And when I first started hearing about this, when I first started talking about it, some people said, you know what, Brian, happens in every party, and it's always the same. It's just sour grapes. There are too many instances of Patrick Brown's own people at the top meddling in these races, these nomination races, for it not to be anything but a pattern. There is a real problem here. But the party and Brown won't admit it. They won't deal with it. So what does this mean? Well, you've already heard that Jack McLaren has bolted. He actually left because he was going to lose his own nomination. He was looking to join the Trillium Party when Brown kicked him out. He was leaving one way or the other, McLaren was. So you've got the Trillium Party. The Ontario Landowners Association, a significant group in rural parts of Ontario, has now endorsed the Trillium Party wholesale for the next election, saying don't vote for the PCs. You've got a group of SOCONs who are going to split as well and form another party. That announcement should come this week. It's going to be called Ontario Alliance or Alliance Ontario. All of that's going on. And now you've got people who have been active in the party deciding they just want to stay home and sit on their hands. After the sponsorship scandal, part of what did in the Liberals was the fact that so many diehard Liberals, the people that will stuff envelopes, pound signs into lawns, knock on doors, make those all-important phone calls, they just decided they didn't want to do it anymore. They sat on their hands, their donations dried up. That's what Patrick Brown is doing here. And so he might be ahead in the polls right now, but if he keeps doing what he's doing, alienating every single part of the Conservative constituency, he is going to be an unemployed man come June 2018. And even if he does win, who's he going to have to celebrate the victory with? His new Liberal friends? Are we just going to end up with a Liberal government in a blue tie? I said that we should have voted for someone like Patrick Brown or Monty McNaughton in the leadership so that we didn't end up with Christine Elliott, a Liberal, I thought. And now I'm looking at Christine Elliott and thinking she looks far more conservative than Patrick Brown ever does or ever will. Patrick, I've been saying time and time again for months now, stop picking fights with people that want to be your friends. Stop shooting inside your tent, or you're going to live to regret it. If you like the Rebel video you just watched, make sure you click here to subscribe and never miss a Rebel video again.